evening and welcome in to Cavalier Field. It is a non-league contest tonight as the A's, they welcome in the Liberal BeeJays for a non-league contest. This is one that was rained out a couple of weeks ago. They're making it up here tonight. So a non-league contest between the A's and BeeJays. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting BeeJays. You've seen it on the screen earlier, but let's take a look at both lineups here as we get ready to go. Leading off, it is Matt Bernath. He is the shortstop tonight for the Liberal BeeJays. Bernath from Point Loma Nazarene. Batting in second, it is the third baseman, number 15, Landon Bruce. Bruce from San Jacinto College. Batting third, number 20, Drew Grego. He is the second baseman and played for the University of Nebraska. Batting cleanup tonight for the Liberal BeeJays, it is the first baseman, number 24, Justin Hudson. Hudson from Queens University of Charlotte. Batting fifth, it is the designated hitter, number 39, Carson Willis. Willis hails from the University of Arkansas. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 26, Drew Garcia. Garcia played for Blinn Junior College. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 21, Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan is from Point Loma Nazarene. Batting eighth, it is Jacob Ortega, the left fielder from San Joaquin Delta. And rounding out the lineup, it is the right fielder, number 4, J.T. Cox. Cox also from San Joaquin Delta. And it is Jason Davis getting the start on the mound tonight for the Liberal BeeJays, the sophomore from Weatherford Junior College. Let's take a look at the starting lineup now for the Dodge City A's. Leading off, it is Edward Gregory Jr., the second baseman. Batting second, the center fielder, number 8, Justin Cruz. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 9, Zach Hoskins. Batting fourth, in cleanup, the first baseman, number 24, Blake Coleman. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 27, Matt Perez. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 16, Isaiah Velasco. Batting seventh is the left fielder, number 13, Paxton Huff. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 4, Dominic Roberts. And rounding out the lineup for the Dodge City A's, it is the shortstop, number 19, Kane Carlos. Ryan Pinio is getting the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. We're going to take a step aside for the national anthem. We'll be back with first pitch after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Ryan Pinio gets the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's, and we are underway. He delivers a first pitch ball at 7:06 p.m. to Matt Bernath, who leads off for the Liberal BeeJays. It delivers again down low. Count moves to 2-0. A 2-0 pitch. Ryan will miss a little bit low and a little bit out. Makes it 3 balls and no strikes. The BeeJays, they've been on the road. They played the last 3 days in Colorado. That pitch is in and called strike. Has Bernath down in the count 0-1, or head in the count 3-1. Last time the A's and BeeJays played, the A's fell to the BeeJays, or beat the BeeJays actually 10-7. Bernath sends one, it's out and over the left field wall, a solo shot to lead off the ball game, and the BeeJays grab an early 1-0 lead. The A's, they beat the BeeJays here on July the 5th. Won that game 10-7, despite being out hit by the BeeJays 11-4. So that'll bring up Landon Bruce. Bruce didn't play in the game on the 5th. Bernath was the leadoff hitter in that game. Would have one hit and walk on once, otherwise he would be retired. Even in the count at 1 right now. Pitch misses a little low and outside, and that makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Currently 91, feels like 92 here in Dodge City. Winds blowing out of the south at a good clip. Count 3-1. Pinio, he works from the third base side of the rubber. Grounded foul. It will go towards the A's bullpen, and the count will run full. So we'll see the payoff pitch. Pinio delivers, and it is high. So the BeeJays, they get their first 2 aboard. 1 already in via the leadoff home run. So that'll bring in Drew Grego. One away for the Liberal BeeJays. Sorry about the technical difficulty, but we're back up and running. So 1 away for the BeeJays. They lead at 3-0, and that brings up Carson Willis. Willis ahead in the count 1-0 right now. So that pitch is delivered high and inside. Three balls and no strikes. The pitch, again high and inside. It's a 4-pitch walk. So 4 out of the first 5 have reached safely for the Liberal BeeJays. They lead it 3-0, and that will bring up Drew Garcia. Garcia steps up with 1 on and 1 away. Garcia sends 1 foul. It's up the third base line and finds himself down in the count 0-1. Winds blowing out of the south here at Cavalier Field. Another day that Cavalier can and most likely will turn into a launching pad. Pinio delivers outside, and it evens a count at 1. Garcia's down in the count 1-2 now. He swings and misses. This game starting to have feels like the game back on July the 4th. Grounded to the third baseman. They go to second, try to get an out, and don't get it. So the fielder's choice results in 2 on and only 1 away. So that'll bring up Jack Ryan. The BeeJays are completing a road trip to Colorado. The A's are going to take one next week. I believe the BeeJays have a courtesy runner on. Pitch to Ryan misses outside. Pitch low again. Larry Oliveira is the pinch, or the courtesy runner, I should say, for the Liberal BeeJays. Ryan ahead in the count 2-0. Oh, and that will hit Ryan in the back, and that loads the bases. Not necessarily the start that the A's wanted to start the ball game. Roberts is going to go out and have a quick conversation with his pitcher, Pinio. So out in the outfield, it is left to right, Paxton Huff, Justin Cruz, and Isaiah Velasco. Third to first across the infield for the Dodge City A's, Matt Perez, Kane Carlos, Edward Gregory Jr., and Blake Coleman. Dominic Roberts is behind home plate. Ryan Pinio on the mound. That completes the battery for the Dodge City A's. Brings up Jacob Ortega with bases loaded and 1 away for the Liberal BeeJays. He'll take a first pitch ball. Penio, he's already thrown 30 pitches in the ball game. We're in the top of the first. The start that the A's were necessarily looking for. He gets Ortega to swing on the offering and comes up empty. It will even the count at 1. 1-1 delivery blocked by Roberts. It's a little bit low, and it moves the count to 2-1. Pitch misses again. 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Ortega. The A's are starting to find themselves working into the final part of the season. They host the Denver Cougars this weekend. They'll have Monday off, and Ortega drives that one out into center field. 1 run will score. Oliveira slipped as he rounded third, and he'll scamper back. He's in safely. The bases remain loaded. So that'll bring in JT Cox as the BeeJays have sent the entire order to the plate. 1 away. Cox sends a high fly ball out to right field. Velasco tracking it. He'll pull it down. The throw in is in time, and so an unproductive out for the Liberal BeeJays. Two away. That'll turn the lineup over to Matt Bernath, who led off the inning with a home run over the left center field wall. BeeJays lead at 4-0, and they have sent 9 to the plate already in the inning. 3 hits for the Liberal BeeJays. The pitch in and called strike has Bernath down in the count 0-1. Bernath from Point Loma Nazarene, the freshman, finds himself even in the count now at 1. One-0 over Carlos's head. It'll drop out into left center field, and going to second. Oh, dropping the ball was Edward Gregory Jr., so give Bernath credit with a double. It'll score 2 runs, and the BeeJays lead at 6-0. Bruce takes the first pitch he sees, sends it out into right field, and that'll score more runs. The BeeJays are pouring it on early. They lead this game 8-0. So that'll bring up Drew Grego. Ahead in the count, 3-1 is Grego. He hit a home run his last time up. Correction, 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. So Grego down in the count, 1-2, 2 away for the BeeJays. He'll swing and miss, and that will end the inning, but not before the BeeJays plate 8. We're headed to the bottom of the first. The A's have some work to do. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Edward Gregory Jr. set to lead off for the Dodge City A's. The junior from Southern University set to face off against Jason Davis. Davis has pitched against the A's before. He got the start on the 4th of July. Gregory leads off, sends a fly ball. It's out to left field and gone. 1 pitch and out of the ballpark goes Edward Gregory Jr. It's going to be that kind of night as the A's are on the scoreboard and now trail it 8-1. So that'll bring up Justin Cruz. Cruz, the junior from Florida A&M University. The A's do have work down in the bullpen, so we'll see if they go back to Pinio after this inning or not. The first pitch to Cruz is outside. He moves ahead in the count, 1-0. Looks like the A's had Nolan Huff down in the bullpen. Called strike to Cruz, and that'll even the count at 1. One delivery from Davis. He works from the first base side of the rubber. Fire in. Fouled back. It hits, I think it might have hit off the umpire's mask as well. And in case you're wondering, yes, we do only have one umpire here tonight. I guess there was some sort of snafu that happened. So there is only one umpire here working behind the plate. Garcia is going to go out, have a conversation with Davis. Davis in that game on the 4th of July. He would go 5 innings, allowing 7 hits on 3 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. He walked 4 and struck out 5. So we'll go back to work. The count 1-2 to Cruz, and he'll foul one back into the netting to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. Davis is waving off a couple, has what he wants. He'll come set. Cruz makes contact. It's a high fly ball. It's out into foul territory, and it will drop foul in the BeeJays bullpen. So he'll stay alive, remains 1-2. He's fouled off 3 straight after evening the count at 1. So Davis, he wants a new ball, and we'll go back to work. Might be able to hear the wind a little bit. It's picked up significantly since when we even came to the ballpark. Cruz makes contact. It's a fly ball. It's going out into left field. Ranging in is Ortega, and he will make a basket catch, and that is 1 away. So that'll bring up Zach Hoskins. Hoskins getting the half night off tonight. Serving as the DH. First pitch to Hoskins is fouled. Down in the count, 0-1. Davis fires inside. It'll get away from the catcher, so with nobody on, no damage done on that one. Count evens itself at 1. Grounded it to the shortstop, Bernath. He'll make the throw to first in time, and that is the second out of the inning for the Dodge City A's. That'll bring in Blake Coleman. Coleman ahead in the count, 1-0. One-zero pitch from Davis. It misses low and outside. Makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Jason Davis also got the start on the mound for the Dodge City A's, or for the Liberal BeeJays, sorry. Back on June the 17th, he would go 3 innings in that game, allowing 2 hits, no runs, and walked 2. Coleman's ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. That pitch is delivered inside and catches the inner part of the zone. A 3-1 pitch from Davis. Misses out, and that'll put a runner aboard for the Dodge City A's with 2 out. Brings up Matt Perez. The third baseman is a redshirt freshman from Florida A&M. Steps up with 1 on and 2 away. Pitch low and outside from Davis makes it 1-0. Davis again missing low and outside. Falls behind in the count to Perez, 2 balls and no strikes, and Garcia is going to go out, have a quick conversation. So we'll take this opportunity. Let's thank our home run sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Fort County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office, LLC. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. After Davis has a conversation, we'll go back to work. Perez is ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The A's are on the board. They trail the BeeJays 8-1. It was the solo shot over the left field wall by Edward Gregory Jr. that got the A's on the board. Perez fouls that one up the third baseline. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one delivery. Davis looks in, has his sign, he comes set. The pitch, a high fly ball going to left field. It's going out of here. A 2-run home run for Matt Perez, and the A's trail it 8-3. The second hit of the ball game for the Dodge City A's, and they're on the board. They trail 8-3. That'll bring up Isaiah Velasco. Velasco, the graduate student from Post University this year. So Isaiah Velasco's up with nobody on and 2 away. He'll take a first pitch strike called on the outer edge of the zone. Davis misses outside. It evens a count at 1. One. Misses high, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Oh. Never mind. I thought the first pitch was called. Yep, okay. I was right. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. The 2-1 pitch misses inside. Makes it 3-1. Three-one pitch from Davis. Velasco makes contact. It's headed out into left field, but pulled down by the fielder Ortega, and that will end the inning. A's trail 8-3 as we're headed to the top of the second. It'll be Hudson, Willis, and Garcia due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Justin Hudson leading off for the BeeJays. He got caught swinging his last time up. BeeJays, they sent 12 to the plate. Hudson will golf swing it, sends it to the shortstop Carlos to throw to first in time, and one away in the bottom of the second. Sorry, top of the second. That'll bring up Carson Willis. Willis, he walked on his last time up. 8 runs on 4 hits so far in the game for the BeeJays. They've left 1 runner aboard. Willis steps in. He'll take a pitch high for ball number 1. Nolan Huff is on the mound now for the Dodge City A's. So they make the call to the bullpen early. As pitch is in and called strike, and will even the count at 1 apiece. One delivery. This is a little low and outside to Willis. Count evens itself at 2 after he fouls off the pitch. On the righty working from the first base side of the rubber. He'll fire in, misses low, and Dom Roberts blocked it, but Ward in a place that doesn't feel good. So after giving Roberts a minute to catch his breath, we'll go back to work. The count has run full. The payoff pitch coming from Huff. So he looks in. He'll fire. Grounded up the middle. Cut off by Carlos. The throw to first in time and dig it out does Coleman. That is 2 away for the BeeJays. So that'll bring in Drew Garcia. He hit into a fielder's choices last time up. Garcia takes a called strike right down the middle. Finds himself down in the count 0-1. The A's are winners of 2 in a row so far as Garcia fouls that one off and is down in the count 0-2 now. The A's, they beat the BeeJays back on July the 5th, 10-7, and then they would get a run rule victory over the Kansas Cannons on the 7th. They won that one 16-6. Fires in. It's left. Oh, no. It is a called strike 3. Not much of a called strike, but called strike 3 nonetheless, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. 1-1 the count to Paxton Huff, who leads off. He's set to face off against Jason Davis. So Huff, Roberts, and Carlos do up this inning. Takes a big swing, comes up empty, and is down in the count 1-2. Huff, the junior from Prairie View A&M. This pitch misses low and outside. It evens a count at 2 to Paxton Huff. Davis yanks one just a bit outside, and the count runs full. So Dom Roberts, he stands in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's. The payoff pitch inside and called strike, and that is one away. That'll bring up the catcher, Dominic Roberts. Roberts was a sophomore this year at Lake Erie College. One-zero pitch, misses high. 2 balls and no strikes account to Dominic Roberts. A few clouds starting to filter in. There was a weak storm that passed just around Dodge City before the game started during batting practice. Roberts gets out of the way, and the count moves to 3-0. Roberts will draw the 4-pitch walk and puts one on with one away for the A's to bring in Kane Carlos. Carlos has been at various spots in the lineup for the Dodge City A's. They're going to send a courtesy runner out. Edwin Silverio will do the courtesy running for the Dodge City A's. So Kane Carlos steps up. Carlos, the freshman from Eastern Arizona College, comes from Ava Beach, Hawaii. Take a first pitch ball and is ahead in the count 1-0. So Edwin Silverio, he's on at first for the Dodge City A's. Silverio will be a sophomore this coming year at Ave Maria University. Was originally from Rhode Island, but moved it to Orlando, Florida. Carlos ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Carlos ahead in the count, 2-1. The pitch fouled back and just over the top of the press box. Doesn't come any closer to that than buzzing the tower. Counts even at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Davis will spin around and make the throw over to first. Not in time. Silverio starts to take off, but will retreat back as Carlos gets enough of it to foul it off. The count remains 2-2. 1 on with 1 away for the A's. They trail 8-3. A big 8-run first inning put the A's in a hole, but they're trying to find their way out of it. The 2-2 misses high. Count runs full. No work down in either bullpen right now. We'll see the payoff pitch. The runner goes. Carlos pops it up. It's up the elevator chute. Coming back down. It will fall fair. And they make the throw to second to get the out. So the A's doing what they needed to do. They were being conservative in case it was caught. But it cost them their advancing runner in Silverio. But it will turn the lineup over to Edward Gregory Jr. Gregory Jr. steps up. He hit a solo home run over the left field wall his last time up. A's with 2 out and 1 on. The throw down to second, not in time. It gets out into center field, but after Carlos and Grego get tied up, down in the count 0-1 is Gregory. The 0-1 pitch from Davis. Carlos gets a lead off of second. And that will even the count at 1. Carlos with a good lead off of second. The pitch, little excuse me, is bat really didn't come off of Gregory Jr.'s shoulder. Goes foul, and he's down in the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clouds starting to filter in from the west. Pitch is called strike on the outer edge. Gregory disagrees with it. That will end the inning, and we are headed to the top of the third. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jack Ryan leads off for the Liberal BeeJays. He takes the first pitch he sees from Nolan Huff. He's back out for his second inning of work. Sends a line drive right at Isaiah Velasco for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jacob Ortega. Ortega singled his last time up. Take a first pitch strike, catching the outer half of the zone. Ortega's down in the count 0-1. Down in the count 0-2 now after the swing and a miss. Oh-2 delivery from Huff. Called strike on the outer edge, and that is 2 away for the BeeJays. It brings up JT Cox. Cox is 0 for 1. He flew out his last time up. The 1-0 pitch. Cox will make contact. It's out into left center field, and it'll roll all the way to Huff, and the BeeJays have 1 aboard. So that'll turn the lineup over. The BeeJays are starting their 3rd trip through the batting order. That brings up Matt Bernath. Bernath is 1 for 2. He got on an error the last time he was up. Bernath pops one up. It's out into shallow field. It drops in, and that'll put runners on the corners. That was going to be a hard play to make for anybody. It was in that, what you would call the Bermuda Triangle. So that'll bring up Landon Bruce. Bruce steps up with 2 runners on. BeeJays have runners on the corners with 2 away. Bruce singled his last time up. The pitch called strike has Bruce down in the count 0-1. Nolan Huff, he has a 1-2 record on the season for the Dodge City A's. Bruce swings and misses. He's down in the count 0-2. Penio, he had an 0-1 record. Pitch gets away from Roberts. Moves Bernath over to second. Down on the count 1-2 is Bruce. Huff is making his 8th appearance for the Dodge City A's as he'll deliver outside. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. Huff, he last pitched against the Derby Twins. That game on July the 2nd. That was the last time he was on the mound. A swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. The BeeJays strand 2. It's another 0 on the scoreboard. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. Cruz, Hoskins, and Coleman due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Justin Cruz set to lead off for the Dodge City A's. He'll face off against Jason Davis, who has thrown 45 pitches. He's back on the mound for his third inning of work, and, well, the A's, they have a field umpire now. The first pitch to Cruz, a little bit wild. Cruz moves ahead in the count, 1-0. So we're going to have a quick mound visit. Take this opportunity. Let's thank our home run sponsors at Cargill Meat Solutions, Lauren Dahl, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, TCBP LLC, Jimmy John's. Thank them for their sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball, and we'll go back to work. The 1-0 count to Justin Cruz. Davis yanks it outside again, and so we'll take this opportunity as Davis's night will be over. The A's, or sorry, not the A's, the BeeJays, they make the call to the bullpen. It'll be Leandro Tamaki taking over for the Liberal BeeJays. We'll tell you about him when we come back, but let's go ahead and finish up our sponsors. The Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, Anfragon Financial LLC, Koch Fertilizer, Deriva Energy, Rabine Brothers, United Wireless Communications Incorporated, and Dodge City Kenworth. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So Jason Davis is going to get checked out by athletic trainers on site here. He was holding his elbow. Can't see where he might be right now, but he was holding his elbow when he exited the field. Leandro Tamaki takes over the mound for the Liberal BeeJays. Tamaki. Last pitched against the Dodge City A's. He came in and closed the game on July the 4th. He went a third of an inning. He came in to get the final out of that ball game. He struck out one. It was the last time that Tamaki was on the mound against the Dodge City A's, so we'll take a step aside as he finishes his warm-ups. We'll be back with a 2-0 count to Justin Cruz, and it is now Leandro Tamaki on the mound. We'll take a step aside, be back when we go back to work. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Well, we'll go back to work with Leandro Tamaki for the Liberal BeeJays. He delivers a strike to Justin Cruz. The 2-1 pitch. This is a little bit low. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Tamaki will lose the battle. He inherited a 2-0 count, but it is a 5-pitch walk to Cruz. That puts 1 on and nobody out for the Dodge City A's. That'll bring up Zach Hoskins. Hoskins, he grounded out his last time up. Hoskins takes the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Hoskins is grounded to Grego at second. The throw to first, not in time, so the fielder's choice and 1 away for the Dodge City A's. So that'll bring up Blake Coleman. Coleman is walked on his last time up. A's working their second trip through the batting order. He'll take a ball inside. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. Runner goes, and Coleman pops one up. Headed out into right field and pulled down by the center fielder, Ryan, for the second out of the inning. So that brings up Matt Perez. Perez hit a home run over the left field wall his last time up. It was a 2-run shot that gave the A's their second and third runs of the inning. A's trail at 8-3. We're in the bottom of the third. Tamaki breaks off a bender and gets Perez down in the count 0-1. Perez will take one high, a little chin music almost. It evens a count at 1. 1-1 pitch coming from Tamaki. It's high and inside. The runner goes to second. Slides in safely, does Hoskins. 2 balls and 1 strike, and a runner in scoring position for the Dodge City A's. Two and 1 the count to Perez. Tamaki has his right foot in about the middle of the rubber. Throws in. Perez makes contact, sends it out to left field. Tracking it and pulling it down is Ortega, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the fourth. The A's trail 8-3. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Drew Grego set to lead off for the Liberal BeeJays. We've entered the top of the fourth. So after that 11-run first inning, zeros have been hung on the scoreboard. Grego is ahead in the count 1-0. Nolan Huff returns to the mound. He's out for his third inning of work. Came in relief of the starter Pinio. He'll deliver low and outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Makes contact and goes foul. Nolan Huff, an 8.73 ERA on the season, has 22 and 2/3 innings pitched. Last pitched against the Derby Twins, went 3 innings in that ball game. Picked up the save as well as that pitch is fouled off. It evens a count at 2. Huff's longest outing at 5 innings against the Hayes Arcs back on June the 8th. 2-2 pitch. Has what he wants and comes set. Comes in and hits Grego. Nobody out, 1 on now for the Liberal BeeJays, and home plate umpire is going to walk the ball out to Huff. So that'll bring in Justin Hudson. Hudson is 0 for 2. He grounded out his last time up. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch to Hudson, in and called strike, has him down in the count 0-1. Hudson grounds one right past the outstretched glove of Perez. That'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. That brings in Carson Willis. Willis is 0 for 1, grounded out his last time up. The BeeJays are in the middle part of their order, working their third trip through the batting order. Roberts is going to go out and have a conversation with Huff. The lights on here at Cavalier Field. As high clouds continue to filter in from the west. There's some storms out west, but should be able to get this game in before anything would get here. So we'll go to work with Carson Willis, who grounded out. Willis will foul the first pitch. Finds himself down in the count 0-1. Catcher Garcia stands in the on-deck circle for the Liberal BeeJays. The 0-1 pitch from Huff. He'll take a look back at second. Delivers inside and gets Willis to scamper back. Even the count at 1. No work in either bullpen right now. A's trail this ball game 8-3. BeeJays have 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the fourth as Willis fouls that pitch off. He's down in the count 1-2. One-two delivery coming up from Huff. Nolan Huff on the mound. He's thrown 34 pitches in his now third inning of relief. Makes contact, sends it out, drops in to right center field, and that'll score a run. Puts runners on first and second for the BeeJays. They lead at 9-3. So in steps a catcher Garcia with 1 run scored and nobody out with 2 runners on. Garcia 0 for 2 hit, was caught looking his last time up. He's 0 for 2. He hit into a fielder's choice and got caught looking, and he'll take a first pitch called strike, is down in the count 0-1. Well, the BeeJays are going to send someone to the bullpen, it looks like. It might be Tamaki, actually. It is. Garcia, he'll step back. He's down in the count 0-2. To delivery. Huff will take a look back at second. Justin Hudson at second. Carson Willis at first, and Garcia makes contact, fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. To delivery. Makes contact on that one, gets it to drop out in left field, and that will load the bases. Bases loaded and nobody out. 1 run in already in the inning. The courtesy runner Oliveira is going out for the Liberal BeeJays. So it's Hudson at third, Willis at second, and now Oliveira's at first. Bases loaded with nobody out. 1 run scored. The BeeJays lead at 9-3. I would say winds have calmed a little bit here in the later hours of the evening. Brings in Jack Ryan. Ryan hit a line drive at Velasco his last time up. Was hit by pitch before that. He'll take a pitch, sends a fly ball out to left center field. It's over the wall and gone, and the BeeJays, they lead it 13-3. Well, BeeJays have scored in 2 innings. They lead at 13-3, and that'll bring up Jacob Ortega, and still nobody out. 5 runs have been scored in the inning. Takes a first pitch ball from Huff. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. Pitch is called strike. Down in the count, 0-2 is Ortega. So he'll take a pitch a little low and outside. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ortega fouls the pitch off. Count remains 1-2. Ortega goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. That'll bring in JT Cox with one away. Nobody on now. 5 runs have scored in the inning. Cox 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Cox, the 7th batter to come to the plate this inning for the BeeJays. Is down in the count, 0-1. Fouls a pitch off. It'll go out of play to our left, and Cox is down in the count, 0-2. Cox makes contact, sends it out into center field. Cruz ranges in and pulls it down. That is the second out of the inning. BeeJays, they turn the lineup over. They're back at the top of the order, starting their 4th trip through the batting order. The A's haven't even completed their 2nd yet. So back at the top of the order with Bernath. He is 2 for 3. He singled his last time up. A home run and a single has been his night so far in the ballgame. Pitch called strike. Bernath will take a step back. He's down in the count, 0-1. Hour and 20 minutes into this ball game as Huff will miss outside, and it evens a count at 1. Top of the 4th, and the A's are down by 10. They trail it 13-3. The pitch, low and outside. Exit 2 balls and 1 strike, actually. 13 runs on 10 hits for the Liberal BeeJays. 3 runs on 3 hits for the A's. They also have an error in the ball game. Pitch a little low and outside, makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch to Bernath is a called strike, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming from Huff, who is now at 53 pitches in the ball game. He's in his 3rd inning of relief. Right at the third baseman Perez, he'll make the throw to first and in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. Velasco, Huff, and Roberts due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Brings in Paxton Huff. He'll take a first pitch strike. Huff, he got caught looking his last time up. He's down on the count 0-1. The A's are trying to get something going as Huff takes a half-hearted swing and comes up empty again. Finds himself down on the count 0-2. Tamaki looking in. He's got his sign. He'll come set. Huff swings at a ball well outside, and that is 2 away for the A's to bring up the catcher Dominic Roberts. Roberts really walked the last time he was up. The A's, well, they can ill afford to go another inning, 1, 2, 3. Down on the count. Count even at 1. Nobody on and 2 away for the A's. The 1-1. Roberts will swing and miss, and he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The A's, they've been out hit 10-3 in the ball game. The BeeJays, they lead it 13-3. 1-2 delivery from Tamaki. Swung on and missed, and the drop strike 3, they'll throw down to first to complete the out. And that will end the inning as we head to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Landon Bruce is set to lead off for the Liberal BeeJays as we've entered the top of the 5th. The BeeJays, they've scored in 2 innings, 8 in the first, 5 in the 4th. They lead at 13-3. The A's scored their runs in the bottom of the 1st. So it'll be Bruce, Grego, and Hudson as the BeeJays are working their 4th trip through the batting order. Huff out for his 4th inning of work as he'll get a swing and a miss from Bruce. Down on the count, 0-1. Bruce is 1 for 2. He got caught swinging his last time up. The 0-1 delivery. Huff fires in. He'll yank it outside, and it evens a count at 1. 1-1 pitch delivered high and inside to Bruce. Makes it 2-1. Huff misses outside. Count 3 balls and 1 strike. About an hour and a half into the ball game. Huff gets contact. It's popped up going out into the Bermuda Triangle, but being pulled down by Velasco, and that is out number 1. That'll bring up Drew Grego. Grego is 1 for 2. He was hit by pitch his last time up. Grego hit a home run over the left field wall in his first at bat of the ball game. Takes a pitch just a little bit outside, maybe low as well, and is ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 pitch. Grego sends it out into right field, but falling foul and out of play. One and one the count. Grego pops it up. It's out into center field on the wall and over the wall for a solo shot. His second home run of the ball game. BeeJays lead at 14-3, and that will bring in Justin Hudson. Hudson is 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. Nobody on and 1 away for the BeeJays here in the top of the 5th. A's, they have some work to do as Huff misses high and inside for ball 1. Huff's thrown 63 pitches in the ball game. 43 have been in for strikes. The pitch must have missed a little bit low. Pitch is called strike 2, Hudson. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. No work in either bullpen right now. Hudson makes contact, grounds it to Perez at third. They'll throw to first. Stays on the bag, does Coleman, and that is out number 2. So that'll bring in Carson Willis, who is 1 for 2, singled the last time he was up. Willis the DH tonight for the BeeJays. Willis fouls that one off. Willis fouls one straight down that time and falls down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from Huff as he'll kick and fire, yanks it outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch again misses from Huff. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. The 2-2 delivery. Off the end of the bat, it's popped up going towards foul territory, and it falls foul. So the count will remain 2-2, and Willis manages to stay alive. Nobody on and 2 away for the BeeJays. They lead at 14-3. They've scored in the last 2 half innings. The 2-2 coming up from Huff as the A's have, I believe, Caden Stewart up in the mound, or up in the bullpen. Grounded to Kane Carlos. They throw to second or throw to first, sorry. That will end the inning, and we are headed to the bottom of the 5th. 9-1-2 due up for the A's when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Kane Carlos leads off for the Dodge City A's. Takes a first pitch ball from Leandro Tamaki. He's back on the mound for the Liberal BeeJays. Carlos comes up empty on the offering. It evens a count at 1. One delivery. Misses somewhere. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch from Tamaki. Carlos will chop it straight down and foul, and it evens a count at 2. Tamaki will miss outside. Count runs full. Payoff pitch coming to Carlos. He's 1 for 1, singled the last time he was up. The pitch is driven out into left field. It'll go to the wall. Carlos rounds second, and he is in safely with a double. So that'll bring in Edward Gregory Jr. back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's. They're starting their third trip through the batting order. He'll take a pitch in for a called strike and finds himself down in the count 0-1. Gregory Jr., he's batting .286 on the season and takes a swing and a miss. He's down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery coming up from Tamaki. He's thrown 31 pitches in relief for the BeeJays. He'll miss outside and makes it 1-2. That one was close. 1-2 delivery. Carlos on at second for the Dodge City A's, and Gregory Jr. will come up empty, and that is out number one. Justin Cruz is down in the count, well, even now at 1. Was down 0-1. Cruz batting .448 on the season. 1-1 pitch coming from Tamaki. Cruz walked on his last time up. The 1-1, Cruz a slow roller to Bernath. He'll throw over to first in time for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Zach Hoskins. Hoskins is batting .516 on the season. Two away for the A's. Carlos at third. He'll get a lead. The first pitch to Hoskins, it will miss low. Hoskins is 0 for 2. He hit into a fielder's choices last time up. Zach Hoskins leads the team right now on batting average with his .516. That pitch will miss outside, and he moves ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch coming from Tamaki is low. It will roll away from the catcher Garcia, but no damage done. Hoskins is ahead in the count, 3-0. Delivery. Fired in, it misses inside, and Hoskins draws the 4-pitch walk. That'll put runners on the corners for the A's. That'll bring in Blake Coleman. Coleman's batting .314 on the season. Coleman's 0 for 1, flew out his last time up. Coleman fouls that one back. The 0-1 inside. It almost hits Coleman, but allows Hoskins to advance to second. So that puts runners on second and third for the Dodge City A's. Carlos is at third. Hoskins at second now. 1-1 pitch to Coleman. Tamaki sends it, grounded to the shortstop Bernath. They throw to first. That will end the inning, and we are headed to the top of the sixth. The A's trail 14-3. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. One away for the BeeJays, a runner at first. And that brings in Jacob Ortega. Ortega, he's 1 for 3. He got caught swinging his last time up. He struck out the last 2 times he's been at the plate. 1 on and 1 away. The BeeJays with an 11-run lead here in the top of the 6th. Ortega comes up empty on the offering from McGowan. It's down on the count 0-1. McGowan, he works from the first base side of the rubber. Delivers in. It's ball 1. McGowan, he has a 15.30 ERA, has given up 17 runs. Actually, he's given up 30 runs. 17 of them are earned through 10 innings of work. Ortega moves ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. McGowan has struck out 6, allowed 23 hits, and walked 8. A 2-1 delivery sent foul and out of play. It evens the count at 2. So the A's, they'll turn their focus back to league action tomorrow night as the Denver Cougars come back to town to finish the series. That pitch grounded up the first base line and out number 2. It advances Ryan over to second on the 3 unassisted. That'll bring in J.T. Cox. Cox is 1 for 3. He flew out the last time he was at the plate. McGowan's longest outing on the mound, it was 3 1/3 innings. That came against the Colorado Rough Riders. That game was played on June the 13th. He would go 3 1/3, allowing 3 runs, all 3 of them earned, and struck out 4 in that outing. Down on the count 0-1 as that pitch is sent foul, and it gets Cox down in the count 0-2. The BeeJays with 2 away, and the A's, they've been held scoreless since the bottom of the first. They scored 3 runs there as they trail 14-3. Cox grounds to the first baseman, Coleman. He'll step on the bag himself. That'll end the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. It's the middle of the order due up for the A's when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field as Leandro Tamaki is back on the mound for the Liberal BeeJays. He delivers a first pitch strike to Matt Perez leading off. Perez down in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 grounded to Grego at second. They'll throw to first, and that is out number one. So one away for Isaiah Velasco, who will come to the plate. Perez, by the way, batting .286. He is tied with Edward Gregory Jr. Velasco's batting .307 on the season. Steps up. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. He grounded out the last time he was up. He'll take a first pitch ball from Tamaki and is ahead in the count 1-0. The 1-0 called strike. Evens the count at 1 to Velasco. One pitch will miss outside, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. So the A's will turn their sights to the Denver Cougars, who will return back to Cavalier Field. It'll be games 4 and 5 of the league series before playing a non-league game on Sunday. So that pitch is fouled out to Ortega in left, and now 2 away. I say fouled out, flew out. So that'll bring up Paxton Huff. Huff, he's 0 for 2. He has struck out both times he's been at the plate. Huff batting .208 on the season. He'll take a first pitch ball from Tamaki. 1-0 pitch. Left a little bit high and inside, and Huff moves ahead in the count 2-0. The 2-0 pitch, down low and outside, makes it 3 balls and no strikes. Huff draws a 4-pitch walk, and that will bring in the catcher, Dominic Roberts. Roberts batting .182 on the season. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Out on a drop third strike his last time up. Pitch called strike. Has Roberts down in the count 0-1. Throw over to first, not in time. Runner goes, the pitch is in for a ball. Almost oversliding the bag was Huff, and nope, that was strike number 2. So Roberts is down in the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery coming from Tamaki. High and inside, and it's ball 1. Tamaki misses out. Evens a count at 2. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard here at Cavalier Field. This is a non-league contest between the A's and BeeJays. The 2-2. Tamaki tries to get the bender inside and misses, and the count runs full. The payoff pitch. Runner goes, and Roberts will come up empty on the swing. That'll end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 7th. It's time for the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race, along with some others. We'll throw it down to the field to follow in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the hot dog race. Our racers are Aiden, Caden, Connor, and Apollo. A few more. Get
Oh! Well, I believe that Ketchup won the race after there was a bit of a confusion as to when to start the race, but nonetheless, Ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race in the books again here at Cavalier Field. We'll take a step aside, come back with the top of the 7th as Caden Stewart takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. Caden Stewart took over the mound for the Dodge City A's, and he has Bernath down in the count 1-2 now. Bernath will swing, comes up empty, and that is the first out of the inning for the Liberal BeeJays. We're on the top of the 7th. They lead it 14-3, and that will bring up Landon Bruce, who is 1 for 3. Bruce, he flew out his last time up. Pitch is called strike as Bruce down in the count 0-1. Stewart has a 1-3 record on the mound for the A's. Delivers a pitch that misses and evens a count at 1. Stewart last pitched against the Newton Rebels on July the 1st. Went 5 1/3 innings in that game. He's pitched 14 1/3 innings overall on the season. 2-1 delivery, grounded out into left field as it will roll out into left field, and that puts a runner on with 1 away for the BeeJays. So that'll bring up Drew Grego. Grego is 2 for 3, has been a thorn in the side of the Dodge City A's. Grego is 2 for 3, has hit 2 home runs on the night. Stewart, he works from the first base side of the rubber. A few strikes of lightning off to the north. Grego down in the count, 0-1. The Hayes, they are leading the Rough Riders 3-2. That is a league game tonight. Grego is down in the count, 0-2. That game is in the 7th inning right now, about to head in to the bottom of the 7th up in Hayes, America. Pitch was fouled off. Grego's down in the count, 0-2, 1 on and 1 away for the BeeJays. We've worked our way into the top of the 7th here at Cavalier Field. The pitch, Grego sends it high and out of play to the left. Count remains 0-2. 2 straight have been fouled off. The 0-2, Grego sends it out into left field. The runner rounds third, and that will score a run. The BeeJays lead at 15-3. So runner at first. That'll bring in Justin Hudson. Hudson makes contact, grounds it out into left field, and that puts runners at first and second. One away for the BeeJays. Runners at first and second. They've scored 1 in the inning. They lead at 15-3. And that brings up Carson Willis, who is 1 for 3. Willis, he grounded out his last time up. Well, the A's, when they come up, they'll have 9-1-2 due up in the bottom of the 7th. They have to score at least 3 to keep this game going. Willis is down in the count, 0-1. Makes contact, sends a fly ball out to right field, and that number just grew as he exits the ballpark at the 348 sign, and the BeeJays lead at 18-3. Well, still 1 away. The BeeJays have scored 4. They like their big crooked numbers in this ball game as they lead 18-3, and pitch is in for a strike to the catcher Drew Garcia. Garcia, he is 2 for 4. He singled the last time he was up. 18 runs on 16 hits in the ball game for the BeeJays. Counts even at 1. Stewart delivers, gets a breaking ball to call strike, and gets Garcia down in the count 1-2. 8 in the first, 5 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and so far 4 in the seventh for the BeeJays. Pitch is delivered low, and the count evens itself at 2. So the A's, well, they're in major danger of dropping this one. The 2-2 pitch off the end of the bat, popped up, staying in fair territory. Fielding it on the line is Edward Gregory Jr. for out number 2. So that'll bring up Jack Ryan. Ryan is 1 for 3. He hit into a fielder's choice last time up at the plate. Ryan has a home run in the ball game. Pitch just misses outside. Ryan's ahead in the count 1-0. Pitch down low. Ryan's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The BeeJays, they're working their 5th trip through the batting order. They just have their 8 and 9 hole hitters to complete that trip. Stewart yanks it outside, and Ryan is ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch. Stewart fires in, gets a called strike right down the middle, and makes it 3-1. The 3-1 grounded to Perez at third, running quick. The throw to first in time. They get the out, and that will send us to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time in Dodge City, 9-1-2 due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Let's take this opportunity to thank our triple sponsors at Conant Construction LLC, Wild Pines Washes Dodge City LLC, Tommy's Car Wash, First Avenue Dental PA, ITC Great Plains LLC, Hinton Plumbing Service LLC, Medical Heights Dental Center PA, DC Appliance and Furniture, and Dodge City Eye Care. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. The BeeJays make the call to the bullpen, and they call up Aiden Bowman to take over the mound here in the bottom of the 7th. The A's, they trail 18-3. They've got to score at least 6 here in the bottom of the 7th to keep this game going. They turn the game over to Kane Carlos to lead off. Carlos batting .241 on the season for the Dodge City A's. Is 2 for 2. He is a double and a single so far in the ball game. So he'll see his batting average increase a little bit. He'll take a pitch high and inside. Moves ahead in the count 1-0 to Bowman. Bowman, he works from the first base side of the rubber. He misses outside with that one. Carlos ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. Bowman misses outside even farther, and Carlos is ahead 3-0. Bowman from the University of the Pacific, a right-hander from Stockton, California. The 3-0 delivery. It's called strike. Carlos still ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. BeeJays are electing to play Ryan shaded left, and Carlos will foul that one off, and the count runs full. So BeeJays have their center fielder, Jack Ryan, shaded several steps to the left field side now. There's a big gap out in right and right center. The payoff pitch, it will miss high and outside, and that puts a runner on for the Dodge City A's. They trail at 18-3 as they bring in Edward Gregory Jr. We're back at the top of the order. The A's starting their 4th trip through the batting order. Gregory Jr. has went down on strikes the last 2 times he's been at the plate. He led off with a solo shot over the left field wall back in the first that made it 8-1 at the time. Bowman misses high. Gregory Jr. has driven in 15 runs this season for the Dodge City A's. He's also been hit by pitch 5 times. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Bowman takes a step off the back and will walk around the back part of the mound. We'll go back to work. 2 balls and no strikes account for Edward Gregory Jr. as Bowman misses outside and low. It's 3 balls and 1 no strikes now. The 3-0 pitch. Called strike on the outer edge. There's a broken line of thunderstorms approaching from the west. But Gregory Jr. will draw the 5-pitch walk, and that puts runners on first and second. It's going to bring up a mound visit from the Liberal BeeJays. So we'll take this opportunity. Let's thank our single sponsors, David H. Snap, Robert L. White, John F. Wilkinson, Gail L. Osmus, Mead Lumber Company Incorporated, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, and Mr. G's Liquor. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Well, that mound visit is over, and we'll go back to work. It brings up Justin Cruz, nobody out and 2 on for the Dodge City A's. Kane Carlos is at second. Edward Gregory Jr. at first. Cruz, he steps up. He is 0 for 2. He grounded out his last time up. Cruz, he's driven in 10 runs this season. He's also been hit by pitch twice. Throw down to second is in time and catches Edward Gregory Jr. sliding in the double steal and 1 away. 1-0 the count to Cruz. He'll work ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The A's, they've got to score 6 in this inning if they want to keep it going. The pitch misses outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Bowman's thrown 14 pitches in relief, and 3 of them have been in 4 strikes. The 3-0 coming. Bowman delivers outside, and Cruz will draw the 4-pitch walk. It puts runners on the corners, and Bowman continues to have struggles finding the zone. It brings up Zach Hoskins. Hoskins, he has 16 RBIs on the season. He's also been hit by pitch 6 times. Hoskins is 0 for 2. He walked on his last time up. The A's still no hits in the inning. They've got 2 on with 1 out. Runners on the corners. Carlos at third. Now Cruz at first. Hoskins will take a pitch low and is ahead in the count 1-0. It's going to start sending a pitcher down to the bullpen. Looks like they're going to send Sean Sage down to the bullpen for the BeeJays, as Hoskins, he'll come up empty on the offering. It evens the count at 1. A 1-1 pitch. Bowman will miss high and outside, and that makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Zach Hoskins. A ground out and a fielder's choice, along with the walk he drew his last time up, has been his night at the plate. Hoskins fouls that one off, and the count will even itself at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Bowman misses high, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch. Bowman stands on the first base side of the rubber. He has his sign and come set. He'll miss outside, and that will put the bases loaded. So that'll bring up Blake Coleman. Coleman is 0 for 2. He grounded out the last time he was up. Coleman's driven in 10 runs this season. Comes up with bases loaded and 1 away. The first pitch misses outside, and Coleman's ahead in the count 1-0. The 1-0 from Bowman. He'll miss again, and the count's 2-0. Wind picking up a little bit as it changes directions. It's blowing in from the west. Pitch is called strike. Two-one delivery. Coleman will foul it back into the netting. Count evens itself at 2. The 2-2. Misses high, and the count runs full. The payoff pitch misses high. That'll walk a run in. And we are going into lightning delay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to clear the stands as we are in a lightning delay.
So we're going to go into lightning delay, and we'll see what happens with this. They may just call it. Yep, they're going to call it. That'll end this one. So the A's will fall to the BeeJays 18-4. We're going to take a step aside. We will come back, do our post-game wrap-up after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, the A's will fall to the Liberal BeeJays tonight as a rain-shortened game will hand the A's their 16th loss of the season. They fall to 12-16 overall. They dropped the game to the BeeJays 18-4. They had runners in scoring position, but due to the weather, the game is being called. Ryan Pinio will take the loss for the Dodge City A's. Leandro Tamaki, he gets the win for the BeeJays. The A's, they score 3 in the first and 1 in the 7th. The BeeJays 8 in the first, 5 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and 4 in the 7th. 18 runs, 16 hits, no errors, 4 left on for the Liberal BeeJays. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 8 left on for the Dodge City A's. That'll wrap it up. I am Justin Hergert, was assisted with Carson Lindsay tonight on the live stream as the A's fall to 12-16 overall. We'll be back in action tomorrow night with the Denver Cougars. First pitch set for 7 p.m. You have been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.